State Circle is made by MPT to serve all of our diverse communities and is made possible by the generous support of our members. Thank you. Connecting Marylanders to their government since 1981. This is State Circle.
Good evening, I'm Jeff Salkin. Welcome to State Circle. Later in the program, the new president of the University of Maryland, Baltimore shares his vision for that school's future. But first tonight, the referendum battle over slots in Anne Arundel County. A location at Arundel Mills Mall has been approved by a state commission and county officials, but faces a final test at the ballot box. Joining us are Rob Anicelli of No Slots at the Mall and Joe Weinberg, president of the Cordish Company, the Arundel Mills slot licensee. Thanks to both of you for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Mr. Weinberg, to start with you, why should voters approve this?
Well, in 2008, the voters of the state of Maryland, including Anne Arundel County, approved overwhelmingly slots and the revenue that would bring to the state, and approved a constitutional amendment. The state went through a thorough vetting of Arundel Mills and determined that it was not only the best location in the county for slots, but also one of the top locations in the entire United States. The project will generate over $450 million a year to the state, $30 million to Anne Arundel County, and create 4,000 jobs.
So, Mr. Anicelli, why should voters reject it?
Well, voters in 2008, when they voted on slots, were under the belief that the slots would be going to locations that would be appropriate, such as racetracks and other venues. One of the things that was in the state constitutional amendment was local control for planning and zoning over any project, and we feel that slots at the mall is an appropriate venue for such a casino.
I've seen a ton of TV commercials. In some cases, I've seen your TV commercials playing back-to-back, and allegations of misleading ads back and forth. What would you say, Rob, is misleading about the other side's ads?
Well, you know, one of the things that you're getting an impression out of is that our effort is somehow a bunch of corporate entities that are running it. This is a citizens group. Yes, we have sponsors. We do have financial backers who are corporate, but we are a citizens group, and we are of the belief that, again, slots at the mall is an inappropriate location.
Well, Jeff, what's your background? Let me just, one thing. Do you live there?
I live about a third of a mile from the mall.
Okay.
I think we have to make it very clear. The sponsors who are completely funding the opposition to slots at Arundel Mills include the owners of the Charlestown, West Virginia casino, whose agenda is to stop slots completely in Anne Arundel County and that part of the states. Almost, predominant amount of their revenue comes from Maryland and from Anne Arundel and its surrounding communities. And it's just disingenuous to say that that isn't relevant to what is happening in Anne Arundel County. There is a effort to monopolize the gaming market because the same group that is funding the No Slots group is the Cecil County licensee. In West Virginia, they pay half the tax rate that they do in the state of Maryland. They're already getting the revenue. And this is a corporate attempt to stop slots in Anne Arundel County.
If this fails at the ballot box, what happens? That's the big question. So your side is saying this could kill it for Anne Arundel.
Can I have an opportunity to respond to that?
Let me get an answer on that.
It's very clear. What the voters are voting on question A, November 2nd, is whether or not slots are going to be allowed anywhere in Anne Arundel County. The opposition is intentionally trying to mislead the voters of Anne Arundel County that they somehow have the ability to determine where the slots are going to go. That's in the purview of the state, who has already selected Arundel Mills. If question A is defeated at the ballot, there will be slots nowhere in Anne Arundel County, and the revenue, which is in the hundreds of millions, will not materialize for the state or for Anne Arundel County.
That's a false statement. What we're voting on for question A is Bill 8209, which is a local zoning bill. It controls the location where a slots casino can be placed. It does absolutely nothing to change the state constitution and the ability to place slots in Anne Arundel County. If question A is defeated, if 8209 is defeated, then what will happen is the county will have another opportunity to revisit this and zone the location at a more appropriate place.
It's a complete misrepresentation of what the voters are going to be voting on. The question says VLTs, slots, video lottery terminals, are not allowed anywhere in Anne Arundel County. Bill 8209 is a zoning bill that allows VLTs in commercial areas, W1 industrial zones of regional commercial complexes. So if the voters vote against question A, they're saying they do not want slots anywhere in Anne Arundel County.
Could the county council come back with a different zoning bill at some point?
The county council cannot come back and spot zone a location for slots.
What the
no slots group is saying is that we don't want it in our neighborhood. We want to try to put it in someone else's neighborhood.
Absolutely false.
And you cannot spot zone. What's going to happen if Anne Arundel County says they do not want slots? Then the owners of Charlestown will be successful. The money will continue to go to West Virginia, and the state will look to relocate that license to another county.
I've got 2 points that really I need to follow up on here. First of all, Anne Arundel County does not have the same protections that are given to the citizens of Baltimore City or the citizens in Cecil County. What we've been fighting for is a bill that will include those protections. And yes, what may happen in that new bill is that it may exclude, and it probably will exclude, Arundel Mills Mall if we are successful in defeating the legislation. The second point I'd like to make is that the people who we've been working with at the Maryland Jockey Club, who have absolutely no interest whatsoever in killing slots, these guys, they will benefit from slots. So this casino developer conspiracy theory that somehow Penn National or somebody else is going to try to kill slots in the state is absolutely ludicrous.
Just out of curiosity,
telling you is that Maryland Jockey Club is owned 51% by Penn National, who owns the Charlestown, West Virginia casino.
How much money's flying around? How much has the Maryland Jockey Club put in?
I honestly couldn't answer that question.
I can. They've been spending millions on ads. They will spend more on this referendum to defeat slots in Anne Arundel County than the two gubernatorial candidates combined.
And how about the Cordish Company?
Huh?
How about the Cordish Company?
Well, of course we're spending money. We will not spend anywhere near the amount of money that Penn National and Magna are spending on this referendum.
Voters out there who aren't confused enough about the issue, let me just narrow down what the ballot initiative is going to say. What does a yes vote do here?
A yes vote allows for the contingent license award to the Cordish Company. Now, it's a contingent license.
Okay, so it's not one of these reverse things. It's yes on slots, no on slots.
Yes allows slots at Arundel Mills. No will defeat Bill 8209, local zoning ordinance. And then
let me look at it this way.
Let's be
clear.
You
want no, you want yes.
Correct.
Got it. Paint a picture of what's happening at the mall. One of the ads I saw gave the impression that the slot machines were going to be like in the food court somewhere. This is on the property but separate?
Right. This is part of the misrepresentation, intent to mislead the voters, that slots will be inside the mall like the gumball machines. Absolutely false. They will be in a separate, freestanding, secure building. Only adults 21 years of age and older will be allowed in the facility, and the facility will be a world-class gaming and entertainment facility that will include great restaurants, intimate live music venues, and is a perfect complement to everything that is going on in that Arundel Mills commercial district. We're supported by the police, the fire, the Teachers Association, Chambers of Commerce throughout the county, because they understand this is a real benefit to the county and to the state.
Two points to that. One is the people who are supporting the teachers and fires, it's the teachers unions, the fire union, the local government employees unions. These are special interest groups here, folks, that are supporting this particular ballot initiative. Second thing is, when you look at what we're talking about, we've never ever said it was going to be in the structure of the mall. What we have always said is at Arundel Mills. We're talking about 100 to 200 feet off of the food court, running almost the entire length of the mall. And one of the things that the Cordish Company has talked at length about is how 14 million visitors visit Arundel Mills Mall in any given year. Well, if this is, the point being it's completely separate from the mall, what's the point of locating it at Arundel Mills if you're not trying to get those 14 million visitors?
Because obviously it's a great compliment to the visitors to the mall, the adult visitors. The casino customer is 45 years of age and older. It has a higher income and higher education than the national averages. It is the type of customer that we want to have in the county, and there's great synergy with the area of businesses in that Arundel Mills commercial district.
Let me ask this. I assume both sides have been doing polling. What are you seeing out there? A lot of silence here. No polls? Must have taken polls.
I mean, you know, it's one thing.
All this money flying around. There's some polling.
It's one thing to do. It's one thing to do polls, and you know what? The only thing I'd like to point back to is 40,000 people signed the petition to referendum for Bill 8209 in Anne Arundel County. 23,000 of those signatures were verified by the Board of Elections. We withstood numerous challenges, court challenges to that. We succeeded in the courts. You know, there's support, overwhelming support out there against slots at the mall.
Mr. Weinberg, polls?
Well, first of all, I think it's going to be a close race, and that we will prevail because the facts and the merits are with the vote for question A. I'd also like to point out that I think it's cavalier to dismiss the policemen, the firefighters who are actually the public safety officials who are out on the streets and taking care of the people of the county, the teachers who are teaching our children. The fact that these folks, these constituencies believe so deeply that it is essential that we pass question A in order to generate the revenues and the resources to keep our public safety officials on the street and provide the resources to our schools, I think is very important.
I'm not dismissing them. I'm not dismissing the individual teachers, the individual policemen, the individual firefighters. What I am saying is that we're talking about special interest groups, unions, government employees groups, chambers of commerce. These are folks that you know, will bend to political wills, and the politically connected tend to
these are the actual teachers, the actual firefighters, the actual police are saying that Arundel Mills is the ideal location for these facilities.
Joe Weinberg, Rob Anicelli, thanks to both of you for being with us.
Thank you, Jeff.
We appreciate it, and State Circle continues right after this.